execute handle calculate function. What handle calculate function is going to do? While selecting itself, it will display. That means what you have to do, year change, handle calculate, execute every time. And here what happens, handle calculate. So it has to calculate and it is going to calculate. And this is going to happen every time. That means when you are moving, it is going to get that and display. We need to affect based on. Every time it is going to affect and it is going to display. That means you have to just access and use it. So this is one important. Now, what is this handle calculate? Handle calculate is a function that performs a calculation, gets the result, and returns us the result. Now, this function we are using 3 times. We are recalling these functions 3 times. That means you are doing here, here, here. Now, do you know what happens is, as of now, it's fine. It's okay, no problem. There is no issue in this. But in future, if your calculations are complex and you are doing that complex calculation every time again and again, then what is the problem is to perform the complete functionality again and again. If the data is, imagine if that information have to come from server and you are doing the calculation again and again coming from server, then it will delay the process. It will delay the process. That means every time performing complex calculation and returning the result will take a lot of time. Then what developers do is to improve the performance. If a function need to be performed so many times and only few values are changing, then every time they will not run from server. They will cache the function. They keep the function in cache memory and they will use that from the cache memory. What is advantage of caching a function and using from the cache memory? It will save round trip every time. It will save round trip. That means you are doing same expensive calculation every time. Every time it is loading from server and giving you the result, then it will take a lot of time. It affects the performance. That's the reason what developers do is, if any complex calculation is performed again and again, they will not load it again and again. On the first request, they will load into memory, and from the memory, they will use it. That means they will load that calculation into cache and they will access and use from the cache. So the question is how you will improve the performance. We can cache this and we can use it anywhere. How do you cache? Actually, to cache this and use it, generally how do we do is, I will show you the concept. I will remove this now. We will create a constant. We will put a constant and name is handle calculate. And what it does is, in React.js, we have a hook. In React.js, we have a hook. In React.js, we have a hook called use callback. What is the purpose of this hook is, this use callback will load a function into memory and provide the function across multiple requests without loading again and again. What is advantage of that? It is loaded on the first request. It is provided across multiple requests. It will improve the performance of your logic. If any complex calculations are done, so actually use callback uses a callback function. In this function, you do the calculation job. That means don't use the function word. You just perform this calculation. Understood? That means get the interest rate, calculate the interest rate and do the performance. And remember here, use callback. When it should update again, it needs dependency. Use callback needs dependency. What is the dependency? Whenever amount changes, you update. That means what is first dependency? Amount. What is second dependency? The dependency is what? Years. What is another dependency? Rate. That means whenever these three changes, you reload that in the memory and provide. What is advantage of this is your functions will be faster. That means if any function is to be executed regularly again and again, it is to be executed again and again. 1 second. Give me 1 second.
ଦେଖୁନୁ developer ଖାଲିଟାରେ କହିବେ engineers can do anything. Parser, parse in, parse hold, pro. हाँ ଖାଇ ଦେଇଛି ନା ଫାଙ୍କା ଅଛି ନା ନା 9ଟା 9:30 ଫାଙ୍କା ଯିବ ନା 10ଟା ବେଳକୁ ସାରି ଦେଇକି ଆସିବି
Yep. So let's continue, right? So yeah. So now what we have done, because this calculation is performed again and again complex, we have to save the time. So what we done? We used this and we given to a callback. What callback will do? Callback is going to cache your function. What is advantage of caching the function? If the same function is required again and again, instead of loading and executing from the component again, it will get it from the cache. What do you say technically this as? If any requested information is always loaded from server, what do you call it as? We call it as round trip. I hope you people know, right? It is called round trip. How you can save the round trip? By cache. So what is advantage of this is it is going to perform the functionality. It is going to do the same thing. Same work will happen, but this time it is better in performance. Better in performance. That means it will be faster and better in performance when compared to the previous. When compared to the previous. So what is the new concept here today you learned is about a hook called, what is that hook? Use callback. Use callback is it is very frequently asked in interviews. Use callback, use memo. Two are there. Both we will see in different concepts. In React latest versions interviews, this is very famous question. So what is use callback? So it is a React hook. Use callback is a React hook. It is a React hook. Use it to cache a function and use across multiple requests. Use it to cache a function and use across multiple requests. It saves round trips. It saves round trips. It improves the performance. It improves the performance of application while handling expensive calculations. In component. Expensive calculations in component. Expensive calculation means this is not very expensive calculation. Later you are using a function which have 1 lakh loops to execute and finally result should come. That means 1 lakh time a loop has to execute. Then it will take time. Then every time when you request and it will execute 1 lakh times, that's very complicated. That's the reason caching is very important. So, and very important is a function is cached into memory and it is not permanently same. Whenever amount changes with the new amount, the function is cached again. That means it uses dependencies. So it uses dependencies which change the functionality every time. Whenever dependency changes. Whenever dependency changes. It uses dependencies which change the functionality every time whenever dependency changes. So syntax use callback. It uses a function and it uses dependencies. It uses function and dependencies. So I will copy this example for you. So this is EMI calculator dot what JSX. I will copy this and I will paste it. This is EMI calculator example. Okay. I hope you are clear. And here you learned a new concept of one hook, how to use memo. Sorry, use callback. Use callback is one important. Okay, let's see another important example. That means we will see another concept. This is to understand on change event and two-way binding. How we do two-way binding. In future, so many other examples will come, right? Okay, once you know this, let's see another one. That means now you understood all element state events. In this example, we use two events. What are those? In this, we used on change. Another one is on click. These two events we are using. And one hook we have learned, right? Next, important in the React events, you should know about. Another important is you should know about timer events. Timer events. How to handle timer events? How do we work with timer events? I think you already learned these in JavaScript. In JavaScript, you learned debounce and throttle. What is debounce? What is throttle? You learned in JavaScript. Same thing. So, what are timer events you have in JavaScript? Set timeout, clear timeout, set interval, and clear interval. These are timer events. How you use these events in JavaScript in the same way here also. Same concept here also. But here again, one additional concept you will learn. One extra React thing you will see. Let's see that. Actually, why you learned timeout and interval like options in JavaScript, the same purpose here also. So, what is the purpose of timeout? Timeout is used to handle a situation. We control debounce. We use the concept of debounce. What is debounce in JavaScript? You know. So, what is bounce and what is debounce? How you manage debounce? What is the concept of debounce? Actually, I will show one concept here. Already, you people learn in JavaScript this concept. I will just give a overview. Here, how we manage one small change is there. I will explain. Debounce demo. Debounce demo. .jsx. Okay. Export function debounce demo. And we have container fluid. Okay. I'll just keep a simple design here just to see, to make you understand about debounce. I will use a button class BIBI volume up fill. And we have BTN and BTN primary something. We'll put a paragraph here. Okay. Now, what is the concept is, I will keep this debounce. Okay. Demo. And we will put a constant, and this is volume, set volume, use state, and the volume is initially increase volume. That is the default text. And we will put that here. That means you are having a simple option, increase volume. Just one option is there. Now what we are doing is, we are writing a function, level 1, set volume to volume increased here 30%. Volume increased 30%. So here level 2, volume increased 70%. Okay, level 3, and it is like volume full. Okay. Now I will write a function handle click. On click, I will call level 1, level 2, and level 3. We are calling all the functions. And on this button click, what we are doing, on click, handle click. Okay. Now When I click this button, increase volume, it is showing volume full. But actually, there are three levels: 10%, 70%, then full. Why they are not running? So, why the level 1 and level 2 are not running? Why the level 1, level 2 are not running? That means why this level 1 and level 2 are not running? Actually, they are running, but they are so fast that you cannot see that happening, and you will feel like it is overwriting. Actually, it is overwriting, but that overwriting we are unable to see because the execution of functions are at a very high speed in such a way that we can't see them. This will be a big problem in future because user clicks and you immediately trigger it, then processor will see sometimes because already it is doing so much work. Actually, you people double click on an icon, it is loading. Without waiting, you will double click again. You will double click, double click, double click so